When a battery bank and a Meshtastic meet each other and fall in love, and they pay all their taxes and they move to the suburbs, and they can have a baby. And that baby is the Meshpocket from Heltec. This is a combination battery bank. In this variety, it is the 5,000 milliamp hour variety with an SX1262 LoRa module built in. It also has an e-ink display and a QI2 wireless connection. This does MagSafe as well if you are of the Apple variety. For me, this is a wonderful confluence of technologies because I am generally always carrying a battery bank, and it is like one standalone thing. You provide the power for my devices when I am on the go. To be able to bundle a Meshtastic device at about 5,000 milliamps is a little on the low side for me, but rest assured they have a fatter boy that is 10,000 milliamp hours, and that can get you going for most of the day for your phone, a couple of charges, or whatever technology you might be bringing, like a camera and other things like that. In my testing, max power output was 9 volts, and I did use that for some ham radio things, so stay tuned for that because we're going to the tabletop and I'm going to show you this in use. And yes, you can turn the battery bank of it off to just give all that sweet, sweet power to the Meshtastic. We've now reached the era of Meshtastic devices that are coming up with new, interesting secondary features and all kinds of quirky little things, and this Meshpocket is no exception. So yeah, you've got a MagSafe connector on the back, and it will charge the device that you connect to it, but also USB-C as well, and we'll talk about how we can use that in a little bit. But e-ink screen on the front, and yeah, this is a user button. I noticed that this, I think, is the map. Not a full integration of that yet. I don't know how to fix that yet, but you can go through nodes that you've seen, messages, and cycle through like that. So kind of just like an at-a-glance capability. This device is on the Meshtastic flasher now, so you can just go download it and flash it. I'm running whatever the current stable beta is. And if I'm on Meshtastic, it's, pops up like any other device. I'm not going to recreate a lot of the discussion on how to set one of these up, but I had no issues with it. I called it the HRCC battery, and we've picked up, look at that, facilitated by my node on the roof for sure. But let's see, lots of activity as well for tons of people, all meshing up pretty good out here. Anyway, from a mesh standpoint, I've had no issues with it. I did notice that there wasn't a activity or a notification alarm or anything along those lines. That was one thing. I didn't enable it though, so maybe we'll go ahead and turn everything on and see how it goes. Let's save it and see what happens. Refresh maybe? Yeah. So a couple ways to know if your device has capabilities of notification, a speaker, buzzer, whatever, is do the turn on for all of that, wait for it to reboot, and see what it does when you go back into the settings. If it sets everything back, then you pretty much have an idea that, no, we're in a death spiral? No, we're good, we're connected. Anyway, go back into external notifications and see. So it's on, okay, that's the first sign that it may be okay. Let's see, how's it going? Mesh? Now, just for curiosity's sake, I probably need to go in here and bump my hoppity hops. We're going to bump that up to 7. By the way, that's something you might want to do if you're testing out a node. And let's see who's close. So we can do 4 hops away. Let's try this guy. Oh, no response. So maybe it didn't go through my home mesh, but anyway. Now, I've talked a lot about everyday carry, and I have used battery banks that slap on the back of phones, particularly the Apple one. This works fine. It comes out of the box, and it's not in battery mode. You can turn this off and on as a battery, which is kind of cool. There's a little control button on the side, which is different from what you'd expect with Heltecs. Heltecs usually have just the user button and then the reset button. But if you click the control button, you should see that change, and now it should skip charging. Nope. Didn't do that. So what do? We double click. Yeah, double click turns off the battery. So if you want to save the battery for just Meshtastic things, double click it. If you click it once, should bring that back. Green light means it'll charge, and voila, it's charging again. That also turns on the USB-C for charging, which you can then go into any device with that. And it should start, and it does. Double click it, and it should stop. And it did. What more do you want to say? Well, I'm kind of curious if it will do PD things or not. So let me grab an adapter cable and see if we can actually make some QRP work with this, because that will really change things. All right, now there's a psychotic chance that this might work, and I appreciate this is not a PD device. It says it's a QI2 device for MagSafe, but nothing about power delivery. So unknowing if this is going to work, hopefully we don't blow anything up. USB types can be a little odd, but here we go. We're into a dummy load. Hopefully we're into a dummy load. Hey! All right, so this is a PD cable from my little accessory adapter kit. And looks like we're in 20 meters. It's giving 9 volts. Okay, I don't know. It seems to be working and I can transmit. That's one thing about this radio. I never really understood, like, where is the notification that we're transmitting? I don't see it. I'm gonna throw it on to 20 and see if we can actually, see if we can hear anybody. Got another cable here. Might as well plug in a key too. This one's a little bit shorter, so let's switch out. Or are they exactly the same? They're exactly the same. Great. This is the key made by my buddy KK6USY. You're darn tootin'. All right, well, I did get picked up. Oh my God, clear across the country. I got picked up in South Carolina. That's pretty good. So, okay, I guess it's working. Nice. Off of the power bank. So we've been running off of this the whole time. Nice. Thanks. Now, just for the sake of argument, I did pull out my Tufton 3S LiPo in-out converter. It'll take USB-C in and give you out 12 volts. But didn't need it because it works off of the little adapter cable. So that's all I needed, really. And so that works. Hey, that's a fantastic savings, because now I can just bring a little 5,000 milliamp battery into the field and boom, there you go. It also will charge my phone, and it will also do Meshtastic things. That is quite the gear savings. In the box, this comes with a USB-C to USB-C, as well as a USB-A to magnetic 4-point connection. This is used for programming, so keep that in mind. Now, from an everyday carry standpoint, the only downside is that the magnet is not that strong. I mean, it's lifted it up right now, the phone, but if I slam it, it falls off. But the biggest thing is because the antenna's here, it can get off center kind of easy. And if you, looks like it's still charging. You can be pretty off center and it still remains charging, which is fine, but just know that it's not going to hold on as tightly as like a much smaller MagSafe device, which I can do all kinds of stuff with a pop socket type deal. But just keep that in mind, and obviously the size difference is why this is a much bigger piece of kit. Now, for those of you that are looking for a Meshtastic device, something to get started with, these start at $59 for the model. I have the 5,000 milliamp hour. It also comes in gray, as well as $69 for the 10,000 milliamp hour. If you consider that the T1000 by Seed is $49, and you're really only paying $10 more for a slightly bigger, actually it's considerably bigger, Meshtastic device with a battery built in. That's not a bad option at all, and it gives you a layered approach to your everyday carry, something that I greatly desire. And the fact that I can plug in a radio, a Meshtastic is just running, and then also use whatever juice is left to run my phone, keep it topped off, and whatever camera that I might be using, the small little itty-bitty cameras. That's really great. That's one less thing I have to take. Now, this is pretty small. If anything, I might upgrade to the 10,000 milliamp hour battery, because I think that's kind of a perfect sweet spot for most day use, at least from my experience. I've flown many times with the 10,000 milliamp hour battery banks, and I think they're like the perfect size for most situations. They're small enough to be on you, and they're enough capacity to keep you going throughout the day. Big thank you to Heltec for sending me this out to take a look at. It is definitely on my top 10 list of Meshtastic devices to try out. I will make a video once I can figure out a really good way to test like its range. I live in Southern California where Meshtastic is crazy thick and it's hard to get a maximum range test out of this. At least I don't know how to do it in the software yet. So maybe one of you enterprising viewers can tell me what exactly to do if you do range testing on Meshtastic, other than maybe make your own special channel and literally move the devices further apart from each other. That's actually not a bad idea now that I'm thinking about it. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. It's free. You can always turn it off if you stop enjoying my videos. And until I talk to you again, I'm Josh, KI6NAZ 73.